Funding meant for traders. Ment Funding.
Quick disclaimer, these videos are meant for educational purposes only. Anything said or shown in any of these videos are personal opinion and my perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, so anything done is your responsibility.
Okay, how's it going? There's about 11 days left on the Ment Funding Memorial Day competition. So we started this about the start of the month or so, and currently there's 806 contestants of you, which is amazing. We're gonna have another one right after this. We're gonna have competitions. We're gonna have a lot of competitions coming up, so you should definitely be someone that participates in these, especially since we are now judging you from a competition standpoint a lot differently than a lot of other prop firms might. So this might be your chance where if you are someone that's actually consistent but haven't been able to really win a competition because you don't just sit there and flip your account into $1 billion overnight, this might actually be the competition for you. In relation to the fact that if I go right here to the rules just for a second, one of the most important things that a lot of you need to realize, for those of you that are participating in this and in the future ones, so here are some of the first place, second place, third place, and we're going to have a lot more beautiful prizes and more places paid out down the line, of course. But here's something that's very important, and it's that having the highest balance or equity curve at the end of this competition does not actually win you the competition. Now, if you have the highest and you're that number one place with the biggest, profitability, then it's going to guarantee you one of the 8 spots, whether it be the first or 8th. But the next step, the thing that is much more weighted and more important, which means that someone even in 30th place could come in first, is the actual style and the management and your actual trades. So what's going to happen at the end of each one of these competition phases is we're going to go back, and I'm going to do this in front of you guys. I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to show you guys what consistency and profitability looks like from a standpoint of what we want to see as a firm, so that when we give you one of these amazing challenges or one of these amazing wins or these evaluations, and when we start giving away $1 million challenges and evaluations, and we have someone that actually wins that, we know that person, if they do get funded, is someone that's going to make our firm money. Because after all, we are looking for actual traders. We're looking for people that have unique edges, their own edges, and can actually properly risk manage them. Unlike a lot of firms that currently can succeed, right, with a lot of this insane, where people are risking 2-3% a trade and just magnifying into billions of dollars, we're going to have people like that, of course. But we're looking for people that know how to do it consistently. And down the line, of course, we're going to have beautiful scaling models for those same kind of people. And those same kind of people, hopefully like you, the person watching this right now, as someone who can actually win a full-on evaluation, one of these larger accounts, without ever having to come in the first 8 spots. Because now you're going to be basically judged on your style, your management, the way that you're taking trades. What do your SLs look like? What do your TPs look like? What's the general equity curve looks like? Is it just one of these, bots where you're martingaling and you're just slowly building a thing that can collapse at any point? Or is it a system that's undergoing normal wins and losses? Is it a 50% win rate? That's a very good thing. Is it a 30% win rate with a higher R? That's a very good thing. Is it a 90% win rate where the 10% of the time that you do fail, the entire account blows up? That's not a good thing. Those are the things we're going to be looking for. So today, all we're going to do is, one, I'm going to introduce myself as, hello, the founder and CEO of Ment Funding. It's a pleasure to meet you. You guys might know me from MentFX. That is my other channel where I teach people systems, my personal system that I use to trade, so they can go ahead and get funded. And we've seen a lot of people do that, so congratulations. And I hope a lot of you that are actually in the standings right now are utilizing that kind of system. But now what we're going to do is just for a little second, we're going to go through some of this stuff. And right now I don't have access to the actual specific trades. You can see right here, this client actually did very, very well, but it looks like a lot of these trades were taken at the exact same point from what it looks like here. So you can kind of see that. So maybe there was some good scaling in there, or maybe it was just a flip, right? Looking at this, he's only taken a few trades. So in my mind, when I look at this, I see a likely flipper. It might be a swing trading account, but it's likely a flipper. So from the first look at this, before I go and do a deeper analysis of it, I can tell this is someone that is likely going to be in the top 8, but likely will not get the first place prize. Now, if we look at the second one, right, this is already looking a lot better. The second I look here, I can see there's already 2 pages, so there's some trades being taken. There's actually more trades being taken. And at the same time, there's actual losses, and there's good losses. Losses that are sometimes bigger, some losses that are managed, some losses that are larger and probably took the full loss, some losses that are smaller because they were managed, a break-even loss, so a normal loss. So you can see a main loss, a real loss for this guy, always is around the 1500 mark. A managed loss is around halfway, right? And some of them are break even. That's a very good trade. And then wins are around $2,400, which takes into account some of the larger losses. So it's almost double a normal loss. And as we look at this, some are runners and some are really big runners. So we have to look into this trade specifically and see what exactly went down here to see if this is something that's good. But in general, this is the kind of equity curves we look for. You can tell this person has something that is more trend-based, trend-following based, has a likely lower win rate, has very clear management, and when the big moves come, right? Because again, is this a fluke? Let's check. Well, there was 15 lots and everything else was also 15 lots. So clearly, 15 lots. So clearly there's clear management in reference to what he's entering. So whatever trade this was right here was a true trade that ran that $42,000. And of course, on a 200K account, which is what this is, he's already passed this account twice now. So if he was someone that was trading with Ment Funding, you know, this system right here would have passed us twice because again, the rules of the competition are the same as our actual rules of the prop firm. So he never went into more than 5% loss in any given day or 6% loss overall. And instead, he's climbed the rankings and now he's up here in the second place. So this is an example of someone who wouldn't be booted out and he might actually come first, right? So in this case, the first place, based on the very few trades and the fact that only one was just a big winner out of nowhere, is someone that's going to probably get D-ranked to the second place. And this guy in second, with the current management we see here, which we're going to do a deeper dive on, is someone that is actually likely to now be the winner of this first place prize. So again, you're seeing firsthand how, for the first time ever, I think, I don't know, maybe, but I think it's for the first time ever, you're having traders that are not necessarily winning the equity curve, balance curve, but instead winning through their actual trading system. Because that's at the end of the day what we actually look for as a fund, what we actually want to bring on as a prop firm, as a trader, right? This is the kind of trader we want. Someone that understands proper risk, has great risk, oftentimes takes some losses, oftentimes takes mid-sized losses, where basically you can tell this guy moves his stop loss to a halfway point as the price probably goes up and then maybe comes back and takes him out, and sometimes gets his break-even trades. And then on his runners, they sometimes get taken out early and sometimes they make those big runs. These are the most powerful kind of traders. And then we can also look at 15 lots. That's very easy, very scalable, through slippage and everything like this. This is a beautiful looking system that clearly isn't taking advantage of like super low time frame little scalpy dalpies with like high frequency stuff. So this is a phenomenal looking thing. And of course, I'm going to go deeper into it when it's time. But as this whole thing comes to an end, which, at this point, it might be a little bit too late to participate to get enough quality data that we can look at and say, this member or this person, even though they're in like 30th place, are absolutely killing it, right? Like, this is beautiful. So this is someone we want to bring on because, again, we're not looking for the flipped account. We're looking for this guy understands consistency. This guy understands management. He's not dipping too far. He's not going into like crazy drawdowns. He's taking normal losses and wins. He has clear management. It's not martingale. That's the kind of member we look for. So to Muhammad right here, this is a beautiful trade. This is someone that's likely going to go ahead and get one of these accounts for sure. And he might even get the top prize. Let's go to the next one. So here we have another, what I would look at just from a quick look, a very good looking curve. And as we go down, again, you can see consistent winning sizes of 1 to 1.5K, consistent losing sizes of 500 with sometimes managed, which seems like break-even trades, and sometimes break-even trades. So these all look like break-even trades. These look like his normal losses. Let's take a look at that if that's true. So this actually looks like his big normal loss now. So maybe those were actually managed. Break-even trades, break-even, likely break-even or around break-even. So you can see that, again, a member that has a very good practice. And again, look at the sizes, 2 lots on gold. This is fantastic. Now, does this look like some high frequency trading stuff? Not really, right? Equity curve is looking good. Nothing's like randomly coming out of nowhere. Everything that I look at here is looking very good. This is the kind of thing I'm going to be judging, and I'll do a deeper video and deeper deep dive on this when it's time. But everything here is looking good. So these look like normal break evens. Some are bigger losses, but he actually takes the losses, a very powerful thing to do. Some of the higher profits, more of the profits that are in line with the ones we saw on the first page, and then average mini profits, very good. The same kind of break evens and losses that we saw before, and the same kind of wins with break evens, looking very good. And he has, 15 pages of this. This is what consistency looks like. We know that if we provided this member a $2 million account, that he's going to make our firm money. And that's an amazing thing. He's going to make our prop firm money, right? We can back this trader, and this is beautiful. This is exactly what we want to see. We know this is not just a random flipper, right? This member has been performing. And again, what is he sitting at? He's sitting at $246,000. And at some point, he was just under 260K. That's 3 accounts that he would have already passed through Ment Funding on a $200,000 account, right? With a 10% profit target of 20K. He earned that in his first few trades, then he earned that again after his next few trades, then he kind of got there very close twice over his next few trades, and now he's kind of hovering around there. So already this member would have had anywhere from 400 to 600,000 in capital under managed funds with Ment Funding. This is a beautiful thing. This is what we look for as a prop firm. This is the kind of traders we want to fund, and this are the same kind of traders we want to provide with these winning accounts. So this member would actually likely get bumped up above Iskandar. Iskandar, as the first place, would now come down to the third place. Mohammed would now be in the first place, right? So now it would be a grip between this trader and this trader. Now, due to the fact that this trader has more trades and a lot of them are in tune with the same kind of risk management, right? Showing that firsthand, bigger wins, same kind of losses, same kind of wins, same kind of break evens, and then the often runners. This is the trader that I would bump above Mohammed now. So now the trader that's in third would actually be bumped to the first place, and so on and so forth. So for today's first video on Ment Funding, one, I want to welcome you all to the official landing page YouTube of Ment Funding. So welcome. We've been in operation for about, I think, 2 years now. We're about to kind of take over the space in regards to what we offer. We've had like one of the biggest pass rates in the industry. We've made some crazy changes in regards to time limits and no trailing drawdowns, and we've seen a lot of firms kind of follow suit with that. So we're very happy to see that happening in the prop firm space. I think that's very cool. And for something that's a little bit different, we offer our competitions at this level where we're going to go through and we're going to look at, hey, who here is not just making a ton of money, but who's also trading in a very clear and good fashion. Like as we keep going here, you know, this again looks more like the one trick pony win and now trading small. We don't know if that's necessarily true, but again, the win was on 20 lots and then he kind of stopped trading. This is someone that's probably going to get bumped down below or bumped down out of the listings, and someone maybe here in the 26th place. Let's take a look. Not enough trades probably. It's an okay amount of trades, not really. You know, this is so already like this trader right here with the average losses showing us it's around 2K, making his average wins here around 3RR and sometimes 1RR. So this is clear management, and some that are just break evens. This trader would actually be bumped above that trader that is currently in fourth place. So that's the kind of traders we want to look for. And then as we look at the volume, very similar volume usage except for this random outlier here. So the question is, why is that outlier there? Maybe that's something that bumps him down a few grades. But we're going to go through this maybe through we're going to go through the deep analysis portion of who belongs where, and that's how a lot of our competitions are going to be determined. So we wanted to do things a little bit differently. We want to make sure that the winners are not just the flippers of the market, where once they get provided a real Ment Funding account and start trading on a real Ment Funding account, they go for that flip, and you know we are down. In this case, it would be what, 20K, 10K, because those are not the kind of people we look to back. After all, we're here to find the serious traders. So part of this video is to welcome you all to Ment Funding as a company, to get you all aware of the fact that we have competitions that look like this. And again, this entire competition right here with all the performance you see are happening under the basic lowest level conditions that we offer through Ment Funding without any upgrades. That's that 1 to 10 leverage. That's that SL required. That's that 1 to 10 leverage. I already said that. That's that, I think, no holding over the weekend. Actually, no, I think we allowed holding over the weekend. That's on a 200K account, and that's with the 6% max loss, the 5% daily loss. And as you can see, there are traders that are consistently performing and reaching, in this case, half of what was required within less than 15 days, right? And in some cases more than that. But again, as a no time limit firm, we know that a trader like this, likely, based on what we see here, if he continued to trade a Ment Funding account, would continue to see growth in that account and actually get funded and then be able to compound that account through on his actual funded and live account. So I hope this little introduction was enjoyable. Go check out mentfunding.com if you want to learn more about the model, the rules that we currently have. Stay tuned for some more beautiful content on here where we go and break down some of these trades and break down some of the traders that we actually look for, and then talk about the winners. Follow us on Twitter for free giveaways, just completely free. You know, there'll be smaller accounts, custom accounts, but completely free. You know, no reason not to follow. And I will see you all in future podcasts, interviews, and breakdowns, and all the other fun stuff that comes with the prop firm space. All right, so welcome to YouTube. Thank you all for watching this. Subscribe and blah, blah, blah. I'll see you all hopefully by the end of this competition. And we'll talk about the winners and why they won, so that in the future, you can focus on what it actually means to be a truly profitable trader, and then begin to exercise that, execute it, collect your data for that, and hopefully come trade with Ment Funding. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.